Orthopedic surgeon warns, walking isn't enough after 75. Do this instead. Dr. Pradip Jamnadas. There exists a profound secret that the gargantuan, multi-trillion-dollar health and wellness industry fiercely endeavors to keep hidden from public knowledge. A truth that, as an orthopedic surgeon with over 3 decades dedicated to the intricate well-being of seniors, I am now compelled to expose with absolute transparency. The deeply unsettling reality confronting us is this. For individuals beyond the age of 75, the simple act of walking alone is unequivocally no longer sufficient for the vital task of maintaining robust health, preserving essential independence, and ensuring a vibrant quality of life. These colossal corporations driven by immense profit motives are acutely aware of this inadequacy, and indeed what I'm about to reveal has, throughout my entire professional career, provoked more intense controversy and fervent resistance from the vested interests within the wellness market than any other assertion I have ever made. For an excessively prolonged period, these titanic companies have diligently propagated and firmly entrenched the deceptive notion that mere walking constitutes the entirety of physical activity elderly individuals require, largely because this narrative serves their financial interests perfectly. It is convenient to promote, universally accepted without critical examination, and most crucially, it relentlessly sustains a booming, immensely profitable market for their vast array of orthotics, an endless parade of mobility aids, an often dubious selection of joint supplements, and a myriad of expensive, often unnecessary, senior fitness gadgets. One might not fully comprehend the sheer, staggering scale of this industry, but the walking-related sector alone, encompassing everything from highly specialized shoes and technologically advanced fitness trackers to custom insoles and complex stabilizers, globally generates an astounding $1.3 trillion annually. They harbor an absolute and profound disinclination for people over 75 to truly grasp that relying exclusively on walking leaves nearly 40% of the absolutely vital muscles responsible for intricate balance, unwavering stability, crucial joint protection, and life-saving fall prevention, utterly untrained, profoundly weakened, and dangerously vulnerable. The inherent issue is not with the fundamental act of walking itself, which certainly remains a beneficial and accessible activity. Rather, the critical problem lies with the complex physiological changes that inexorably accelerate after the pivotal age of 75. At this increasingly critical stage of life, your sophisticated nervous system begins an undeniable deceleration. Those crucial stabilizer muscle fibers, essential for maintaining equilibrium, progressively start to shrink and diminish. Your fast twitch muscle response, crucial for rapid reactions, weakens significantly, and your joints, over time, progressively lose their inherent power and resilience. This decline, unfortunately, is an inevitable biological process unless one actively and consistently counters it by engaging these specific, often neglected areas with highly targeted movements that walking, regardless of the number of miles you diligently cover, can simply never adequately reach or stimulate. However, amidst this challenging physiological landscape, a powerful glimmer of hope has radiantly emerged from recent groundbreaking research, which has meticulously identified 5 specific exercises possessing the extraordinary capacity to dramatically reactivate deep joint stabilizers, diligently rebuild lost and atrophied muscle fibers, profoundly reawaken critical reflex pathways, and most astonishingly, cut the debilitating risk of falls by an astounding percentage of up to 98%. These are precisely the transformative exercises that the profit-driven wellness industry vehemently refuses to promote or endorse, primarily because their execution demands no specialized or expensive equipment, necessitates no costly gym memberships, and, most inconveniently for them, offers absolutely no tangible products for them to lucratively sell. What's more, the number 2 exercise on this groundbreaking list has genuinely confounded even the most seasoned scientists. Seniors over 80 who consistently practiced this particular movement improved their lower body stability by an astonishing nearly 99% in an unbelievably short span of just 14 days. This outcome was so profoundly impactful and unexpectedly revolutionary that the very companies aggressively profiting from the precarious status quo have actively and relentlessly attempted to suppress these vital findings from widespread public dissemination. In this absolutely essential video, I am finally and definitively unveiling these top 5 exercises that seniors over 75 absolutely must integrate into their daily routine, moving decisively beyond the limited scope of mere walking to embrace true functional longevity. We will meticulously rank these movements, progressing from eye-opening revelations that challenge conventional wisdom to exercises that are absolutely critical and indispensable for your long-term health, enduring autonomy, and sustained vitality. Before we delve into these truly transformative movements, I have a sincere question for you. Our engaged viewer, from where in the world are you watching this crucial message today? Please take a moment to share your experience and location in the comments section below, as we are genuinely committed to reading and replying to every single one. Your valuable insights help us profoundly understand and connect with our incredible global community. Now let us commence our journey of empowerment with exercise number 5, a movement that quietly yet profoundly strengthens a hidden, often overlooked muscle group that the entire multi-trillion-dollar walking industry fervently hopes you never, ever discover. Exercise number 5, the wall push-up with progressive resistance, may initially strike you as deceptively simple, perhaps even too basic to genuinely and meaningfully impact your overarching physical well-being. However, orthopedic surgeons are increasingly advocating for its consistent practice as arguably the safest and demonstrably most effective upper body strengthening exercise specifically tailored for anyone over the age of 75. Its true brilliance lies in its remarkable ability to meticulously rebuild crucial shoulder stability while simultaneously safeguarding your delicate and vulnerable joints from undue or excessive stress. When you conscientiously engage in a wall push-up, you are not merely moving your arms in isolation. You are, in fact, synergistically activating over 30 distinct muscle groups strategically located throughout your entire body. This comprehensive activation includes everything from the indispensable rotator cuff muscles, which are absolutely critical for optimal and pain-free shoulder function, to the often neglected tiny stabilizer muscles situated in your wrists, muscles most people regrettably never consider or acknowledge, until their crucial function significantly deteriorates, leading to instability and pain. The true elegance of this fundamental exercise stems directly from its inherent and intuitive adjustability. You can thoughtfully commence your practice by standing nearly upright against a sturdy wall, thereby placing minimal and gentle stress on your upper body. As your strength progressively and confidently builds, you can gradually increase the challenge by deliberately taking a small step further back from the wall, allowing for a steeper and more demanding angle, or even gracefully transitioning to a lower, even sturdier surface like a countertop or a slightly raised platform, ensuring continuous adaptation. To execute a wall push-up correctly and with maximum benefit, stand approximately an arm's length from a solid, unmoving wall. Position your palms flat against the wall at precise shoulder height and width, ensuring your feet are comfortably hip-width apart and your entire body forms a perfectly straight line from the crown of your head to your heels. As you lean forward with deliberate control towards the wall, gently bend your elbows, carefully guiding your chest towards the wall while meticulously maintaining that rigid, straight body alignment throughout the movement. Then, with deliberate and controlled power, push yourself back to the initial standing position. This entire movement, encompassing both the forward lean and the subsequent pushback, should ideally take about 2 seconds in each direction, fostering mindful engagement and ensuring muscle activation. The paramount aspect for truly maximizing the profound benefits of this exercise lies in intensely concentrating on the eccentric or lowering phase of the movement. Groundbreaking research emanating from the esteemed American College of Sports Medicine conclusively demonstrates that this controlled lowering phase uniquely triggers a muscle-building response that is 3 times more potent and effective than the pushing phase alone. Strive for 3 sets, with each set thoughtfully consisting of 8 to 12 repetitions, allowing yourself a brief yet sufficient 30-second respite between sets to facilitate recovery. Here is the often missed yet critically important element for sustained and impactful progress: consistent progressive resistance. Every 2 weeks, you must deliberately and consciously intensify the exercise by either taking a small, calculated step further back from the wall or by moving to a slightly lower surface, ensuring your muscles are continuously challenged. Studies unequivocally show that muscles demand progressive overload to continually adapt, grow stronger, and avoid plateaus. Without this gradual and systematic escalation in challenge, your body's adaptive response will unfortunately plateau and cease after approximately 3 weeks, limiting further gains. A fascinating additional benefit of consistent wall push-ups is their profound and demonstrable effect on bone density. The beneficial mechanical stress they generate in your arms and wrists acts as a powerful and explicit signal to your body, prompting it to diligently deposit more calcium in these crucial and often vulnerable areas. Dr. Sarah Martinez from Yale's distinguished Department of Orthopedics made a significant and compelling discovery, observing that seniors who intelligently incorporated wall push-ups 3 times per week successfully increased their wrist bone density by a notable 4% in a remarkably short period of just 6 months. While a 4% increase might not immediately sound like a substantial figure on its own, it is truly monumental when you consider that most individuals over 70 typically experience a loss of that very same amount of bone density every single year, making this gain incredibly impactful for long-term skeletal health. For the most optimal and enduring results, perform these wall push-ups in the morning, a time when your body's natural testosterone and growth hormone levels are naturally at their peak, enhancing muscle repair and growth. Furthermore, aim to complete them before consuming breakfast, as exercising in a fasted state has been scientifically and robustly linked to a significant increase in muscle protein synthesis by up to 35%, further maximizing your physiological gains. Next, we move to exercise number 4, seated leg extensions with resistance bands. Prepare yourself for an exercise so profoundly impactful that it has quite literally preserved the independence and autonomy of thousands of seniors, actively saving them from the unfortunate and often irreversible trajectory towards nursing homes and assisted living facilities. Before we delve deeper into its profound benefits and precise execution, I earnestly urge you to show your invaluable support by liking this video and subscribing to our channel. You genuinely cannot afford to miss the vital and life-changing secrets we are diligently revealing to empower your senior years. Seated leg extensions specifically and powerfully target the quadriceps, a formidable group of 4 distinct muscles that orthopedic surgeons universally recognize as your body's single most critical shock absorbers. When these powerful and essential muscles begin to weaken, as they unfortunately do with age, every single step you take transmits damaging and excessive impact directly into your sensitive knee joints and vulnerable hip sockets, mercilessly accelerating wear and tear, leading to pain and degenerative conditions. The quadriceps are, in fact, composed of 4 distinct muscles: the rectus femoris, vastus lateralis, vastus medialis, and vastus intermedius, that intricately work in concert to extend the knee, and after the age of 75, they unfortunately atrophy at an alarming rate of 1.5% per year, a relentless and cumulative decline unless you specifically and consciously counteract it with targeted resistance training that extends far beyond the limited scope and insufficient stimulus of simple walking. This particular exercise becomes even more indispensable when you consider the compelling fact that strong and resilient quadriceps can reduce debilitating knee pain by an impressive 47%, according to compelling and extensive research from the esteemed Arthritis Foundation. Moreover, they serve as the primary and indispensable muscles that actively prevent your kneecap from painfully grinding against your thigh bone, femur, with every movement, a common and agonizing issue for many older adults. To execute seated leg extensions correctly and safely, position yourself in a sturdy chair, ensuring your back is straight and fully supported and your feet are planted flat on the floor about hip-width apart. Next, loop a resistance band around one ankle, securing the other end to a heavy, immovable piece of furniture, or if available, have a trusted individual hold it firmly and steadily. Keeping your thigh pressed firmly and continuously against the chair seat, slowly and deliberately straighten your leg by lifting your foot upward until your leg is fully extended, feeling the tension build. Hold this peak, fully extended position for a full 2 seconds, allowing yourself to truly feel the profound and invigorating burn igniting within your thigh muscles, a clear sign of effective muscle engagement. The return phase of this exercise is equally vital and must not be rushed. Take at least 3 slow and controlled seconds to lower your foot back to the starting position, maintaining constant tension on the resistance band and never allowing it to go slack, as this diminishes the muscle building stimulus. By the 8th repetition, you should experience a deep, undeniable burning sensation across the front of your thigh. If this sensation is absent, it's a clear and unmistakable indication that you need to use a stronger resistance band because, without adequate resistance, you are merely going through the motions without effectively triggering the crucial muscle adaptation response necessary for strength gains. Aim for 3 sets, performing 10 to 15 repetitions on each leg. Alternate between legs between sets, allowing each leg sufficient time for partial recovery before its next effort. Here's a crucial insight that many people unfortunately overlook. The inherent design and elastic properties of the resistance band provide variable resistance, which actually increases as you extend your leg. This unique characteristic perfectly mirrors and optimally matches your muscle's natural strength curve throughout the entire range of motion. This inherent characteristic makes resistance band training fundamentally superior to many traditional weight machines, as it maintains consistent, effective tension across the entire range of motion, thereby stimulating a greater number of muscle fibers and triggering more significant and profound strength gains. Research published in the prestigious International Journal of Sports Medicine found that resistance band training boosted leg strength by an impressive 32% more than conventional weight training in adults over 75, primarily because the elastic bands compel your stabilizer muscles to work considerably harder and more effectively, enhancing overall functional strength. For this exercise, the most effective resistance bands are the flat therapy bands, which are typically color-coded to denote varying levels of resistance, offering a clear progression path. Begin with yellow or red bands if you're a beginner or new to resistance training, and as your strength undeniably improves, progressively advance to green, blue, and eventually the more challenging black bands. Perform these exercises every other day to allow your muscles proper and adequate recovery time, which is essential for growth and preventing overtraining. Always precede your resistance training with a 5-minute warm-up, such as marching vigorously in place or performing gentle leg swings to enhance blood flow to the targeted muscles and prepare your body for exertion. The timing of this exercise also plays a significant role, with studies indicating that performing resistance training in the afternoon, when your body temperature is naturally higher, can reduce injury risk by 26%. And increase strength gains by a noticeable 15%, optimizing your workout's effectiveness. Next, we explore exercise number 3, modified Tai Chi balance flow. Now brace yourself for an exercise so profoundly effective and deeply ingrained in wellness that Japanese centenarians often attribute their extraordinary longevity and robust health, particularly their remarkable balance and agility, to its consistent and dedicated practice. Modified Tai Chi balance flow is far more than just a graceful sequence of movements. It's a comprehensive neurological reprogramming system that orthopedic surgeons are now prescribing more frequently and with greater confidence than any other single intervention for fall prevention in their elderly patients, recognizing its unparalleled efficacy. This ancient practice, meticulously adapted and thoughtfully modified for the unique physiological needs and capabilities of seniors over 75, directly engages and actively challenges your proprioceptive system, which is your body's incredibly sophisticated internal GPS that constantly and unconsciously informs you of your precise position in space, crucial for maintaining balance without conscious thought. This vital system unfortunately deteriorates rapidly and progressively with age unless it is actively, consistently, and intelligently challenged through specific movements. The unsettling and sobering truth is that after the age of 75, you lose a staggering 40% of your proprioceptive neurons every single decade, a stark and alarming reality that profoundly explains why so many seniors suddenly find themselves inexplicably stumbling over nothing, losing their footing, or losing their balance even when simply standing perfectly still, leading to dangerous falls. When you diligently perform Tai Chi movements, you are simultaneously and harmoniously training three critical systems to work in perfect synchronicity. Your vestibular system, elegantly located in your inner ear, which controls spatial orientation and equilibrium. Your visual tracking system, which processes environmental cues. And your muscular response system, which executes corrective actions. This harmonious and integrated coordination creates what researchers term a balance reserve, a robust internal defense mechanism, akin to an internal safety net that powerfully protects you during sudden, unexpected movements or perturbations, significantly reducing fall risk. The foundational modified Tai Chi balance flow commences with the weight shift exercise. Stand with your feet comfortably shoulder width apart, establishing a stable base, and then slowly and deliberately shift your entire body weight from one foot to the other, transferring your center of gravity smoothly. Throughout this rhythmic movement, maintain a centered and upright upper body, keeping your arms gently relaxed and flowing at your sides, avoiding any rigidity. This seemingly simple action actually ignites millions of nerve signals, firing rapidly and efficiently between your brain and muscles, thereby profoundly strengthening neural pathways that conventional exercises often completely overlook or fail to adequately stimulate. Next, you elegantly integrate the heel-to-toe walk into your flow. Move forward in exquisite, almost dreamlike slow motion, placing one foot directly in front of the other, touching heel to toe, as if you are gracefully and meticulously navigating a tightrope. This demanding yet rewarding movement forces your brain to continually recalibrate your center of gravity with every step, prompting countless micro-adjustments and subtle muscular contractions that significantly strengthen your vital stabilizer muscles throughout your legs and core. The third integral component is the single leg stand with arm movements. Here, you gently lift one knee to hip height, holding it stable, while simultaneously moving your arms in slow, fluid, and flowing circles, engaging your upper body and core, holding this elevated position for a challenging 10 to 30 seconds before gracefully switching to the other leg. Each of these three movements, the weight shift, heel-to-toe walk, and single leg stand, should be performed for approximately 5 minutes, creating a comprehensive and deeply engaging 15-minute flow that targets multiple aspects of balance. Research from Harvard Medical School has convincingly demonstrated that practicing this sequence just 3 times per week can reduce fall risk by an impressive 45%, a truly life-changing reduction. The ultimate key to unlocking maximum benefits and achieving profound neurological adaptation lies in executing these movements at roughly 25% of your normal movement speed. This deliberate and mindful slowness compels your brain to maintain conscious, precise control over movements that, with age, may have unfortunately become automatic, unconscious, and regrettably sloppy, thereby retraining your nervous system. A groundbreaking study involving 3,000 seniors in Shanghai revealed that those who consistently practiced Tai Chi for 6 months improved their reaction time by an astonishing 37%, a significant gain. This directly translates into a crucial and life-saving ability: the power to catch yourself when you trip or stumble, rather than succumbing helplessly to a dangerous and potentially life-altering fall. The breathing pattern during Tai Chi is equally significant and intrinsically linked to its benefits. You should inhale deeply and slowly through your nose for 4 counts during expansive opening movements, and exhale slowly and completely through your mouth for 4 counts during contractive closing movements. This mindful and controlled breathing technique has been scientifically shown to increase oxygen delivery to your brain by 20%, enhancing cognitive function and focus. Professor Li Wei from Beijing's esteemed Institute of Geriatric Medicine further discovered that this specific breathing pattern also significantly contributes to lowering blood pressure by an average of 12 points systolic and 8 points diastolic, offering substantial cardiovascular benefits that walking alone simply cannot achieve. The optimal time to practice modified Tai Chi balance flow is in the morning, ideally within an hour of waking, when your cortisol levels are naturally elevated, making your nervous system most receptive to learning and internalizing new, complex movement patterns, maximizing the neurological impact. For enhanced sensory feedback from your feet, which contain over 200,000 nerve endings providing critical balance information directly to your brain, you should practice either barefoot or in thin-soled shoes, allowing for better proprioceptive input and ground connection. Let us now prepare ourselves for the next exercise, number 2, heel drops for bone density, a movement that quite literally rebuilds the very foundation of your skeletal system from the inside out. Heel drops exist in the realm of orthopedic medicine as among the most profoundly underrated and often overlooked exercises, yet they trigger a biological response so potent and remarkable that NASA itself utilizes them to effectively combat the severe bone loss experienced by astronauts in zero gravity, a testament to their power. Even more remarkably, they are the only exercise definitively and scientifically proven to actively reverse osteoporosis in individuals over 75, offering a genuine pathway to improved bone health. When you correctly perform a heel drop, the sudden controlled impact transmits a powerful piezoelectric signal throughout your bones, an electrical impulse generated by mechanical stress. This signal, in essence, explicitly instructs your body's osteoblasts to diligently deposit new bone tissue, leading to a measurable increase in density by up to 7% in a mere 12 weeks, according to compelling research from the University of Bristol. This targeted exercise specifically and powerfully fortifies your hip bones, spine, and femur, the 3 critical areas where fractures are most likely to be fatal or lead to profound disability in seniors, with hip fractures alone tragically causing death within 1 year for a staggering 33% of elderly patients. The underlying mechanism behind heel drops is both elegantly simple and profoundly effective. The controlled impact creates microscopic compression within your bones, which in turn triggers osteoblasts, your body's dedicated bone-building cells, to spring into vigorous action. These osteoblasts then diligently lay down new calcium deposits precisely where they are needed most, reinforcing and strengthening the bone structure. To perform heel drops correctly, begin by standing tall with perfect posture, your feet positioned comfortably hip-width apart. Then rise up onto the balls of your feet, elevating yourself as high as comfortably possible, feeling the stretch in your calves. Hold this elevated position for a single second, engaging your muscles, before allowing your heels to drop firmly and deliberately to the ground with a distinct impact that you should feel reverberating gently through your entire skeleton, signaling the bone-building stimulus. The drop should be forceful enough to create a noticeable jarring sensation, yet never so hard that it causes any sharp joint pain or discomfort. Aim for a sound akin to a firm, intentional tap when your heels make decisive contact with the ground. You need to perform 50 heel drops consecutively, a sequence that typically takes less than 2 minutes to complete. This specific number is not arbitrary or random. It's deeply rooted in extensive research indicating that 50 impacts represent the minimum threshold required to initiate significant and measurable bone remodeling. The timing between each drop is also critically important for maximizing benefit. Maintain a steady and consistent rhythm of approximately 1 drop every 2 seconds. This deliberate pacing allows the shock wave generated by each impact to fully dissipate and travel throughout your skeleton before the next one arrives, maximizing its bone-building potential and ensuring optimal cellular response. Dr. Robert Chen from Stanford's renowned bone health clinic made a remarkable and impactful finding. Seniors who performed heel drops daily increased their hip bone density more effectively than those relying solely on prescription osteoporosis medications and, critically, without any of the dangerous and debilitating side effects such as jaw necrosis or atypical fractures that can accompany pharmaceutical interventions. The force of impact during a heel drop should ideally be roughly 3 to 4 times your body weight. While this might sound extreme or intimidating, it's actually less than the impact generated by normal running and is perfectly safe for bones that are not already fractured or severely compromised. For optimal benefit, perform heel drops on a hard, unyielding surface, such as concrete or hardwood, rather than a cushioned carpet. The firmer surface facilitates a sharper and more direct impact wave that penetrates deeper into your bones, enhancing the desired cellular response and maximizing the piezoelectric signal. The ideal footwear for heel drops is minimalist, featuring thin, firm soles that do not absorb the impact, allowing the full force to transmit to your bones. Alternatively, you can perform them barefoot if your feet are comfortable with direct ground contact, further enhancing sensory feedback. However, absolutely avoid performing them in cushioned athletic shoes, as this defeats the entire purpose of the exercise by absorbing the critical impact forces necessary for bone remodeling. Research from the Journal of Bone and Mineral Research indicates that combining heel drops with vitamin D supplementation significantly amplifies their effectiveness by 40%. Therefore, taking 2,000 international units of vitamin D3 approximately an hour before your heel drops can maximally enhance your bone-building potential. It is crucial to perform heel drops every single day without fail, as bone remodeling is a continuous and dynamic process that ceases within 48 hours of your last stimulus, meaning even missing just 2 days can significantly diminish the cumulative benefits you have diligently worked to achieve. The optimal time for heel drops is mid-morning, when your growth hormone levels have stabilized after their overnight peak, but before the natural afternoon dip that occurs in everyone over 75, providing an ideal physiological window. Finally, prepare yourself for exercise number 1, supported deep squats with extended hold, the single most powerful and universally declared mandatory exercise by orthopedic surgeons for every individual over the age of 75. Supported deep squats with extended holds represent the single most powerful and transformative exercise seniors can undertake to regain and maintain their vitality. This complex yet remarkably accessible movement simultaneously activates more muscles throughout your entire body than any other single exercise, triggering a cascade of potent anti-aging hormones that researchers at the prestigious University of California have aptly and unequivocally termed the fountain of youth response. This comprehensive exercise profoundly engages all 640 muscles in your lower body along with your entire core, creating a metabolic demand so intense and impactful that it can boost crucial growth hormone production by an astounding 200% and elevate vital testosterone levels by 45% for up to 48 hours post-completion, driving cellular repair and rejuvenation. The deep squat position is emphatically not a modern invention or a fleeting fitness fad. It is how humans naturally and habitually sat for millions of years before the comparatively recent advent of chairs, a fundamental human resting posture. Cultures across the globe where people still habitually and comfortably squat daily exhibit a remarkable 90% fewer hip replacements and 75% less lower back pain compared to Western societies, where prolonged, sedentary sitting in chairs has regrettably become the pervasive and detrimental norm, highlighting the profound health disparities. When you consciously and diligently hold a deep squat, you are simultaneously achieving a multitude of profound and synergistic benefits. You are actively stretching your often tight hip flexors, powerfully strengthening your glutes, diligently mobilizing your ankles for greater range of motion, gently decompressing your spine, and significantly improving circulation to vital organs that typically receive reduced blood flow in older adults, enhancing their function. The supported version of this foundational exercise cleverly and safely utilizes a sturdy door frame, a robust railing, or even specialized suspension straps. This external support allows you to maintain impeccable form throughout the entire movement, safely building the foundational strength and confidence necessary to progressively advance to unsupported squats later on, ensuring a sustainable and injury-free progression. To perform this truly transformative exercise, position yourself facing your chosen support with your feet slightly wider than shoulder width apart and your toes angled outward at approximately 30 degrees, accommodating natural hip anatomy. Grip the support firmly with both hands at chest height, ensuring stability and control. Now slowly and deliberately lower yourself down by powerfully pushing your hips back and down, as if you are attempting to sit into a chair that is unusually low, focusing on hip hinge. Maintain a proud chest and a neutral spine throughout the entire descent, actively utilizing the support to maintain both unwavering balance and precise control, preventing any compensatory movements. The critical element where the true magic and profound benefits of this exercise undeniably unfold is to descend below parallel, meaning your hip crease should visibly drop below your knee joint. This deep position fully activates your glute maximus for the first time in a comprehensive way, triggers maximum hormone release, and cultivates the essential flexibility that is absolutely critical for preventing future injuries and maintaining full range of motion. Once you meticulously reach this lowest position, you must hold it for a sustained and challenging period of 30 to 60 seconds, breathing normally and deeply throughout. You should feel a profound and invigorating burn spreading through your thighs, glutes, and core as hundreds of muscle fibers actively activate and fire to maintain your stability and hold. The position. During this extended hold, incorporate tiny, subtle pulses, moving up and down about an inch in each direction. These micro movements create essential metabolic stress within the muscles, signaling your body to produce more mitochondria, the cellular powerhouses that are directly and crucially responsible for your energy levels and overall vitality. After completing the hold, push powerfully and confidently through your heels to return to a standing position, taking approximately 3 slow and controlled seconds to rise, maintaining tension throughout this ascending movement and never locking out your knees at the top, which can put undue stress on the joint. You should aim to perform 5 sets of these extended hold squats, allowing for 90 seconds of active rest between each set to facilitate recovery. By the 5th set, it is perfectly normal and expected for your legs to be shaking slightly, a clear and unmistakable indicator that you have created sufficient stimulus for significant physiological adaptation and strength gains. A compelling 5-year study conducted by the University of Tokyo involving 500 seniors revealed that those who performed deep squats daily maintained an astonishing 95% of their muscle mass, whereas the control group, who did not squat, experienced a significant 15% loss, showcasing the profound preventative power of this exercise. Even more remarkably, the squatting group exhibited increased bone density in both their hips and spine, further bolstering skeletal health. The breathing pattern during the hold is also paramount to sustaining the effort. Inhale for 4 counts through your nose, hold your breath for 4 counts, and then exhale for 4 counts slowly through your mouth. This specific and controlled breathing technique activates your parasympathetic nervous system, enabling you to sustain the deep squat position for longer durations, managing discomfort and enhancing endurance. The time of day you perform these squats significantly impacts their overall effectiveness. Doing them in the late afternoon, when your body temperature naturally peaks, can increase flexibility by 20% and reduce injury risk, all while maximizing your body's hormonal response and optimizing muscle adaptation. For the initial 2 weeks, utilize as much support as necessary, even gripping the support firmly with both hands, focusing on mastering the form and building confidence. Then, gradually and progressively reduce your reliance on the support, progressing to just using your fingertips for balance, then a single hand, and eventually merely touching the support for balance rather than gripping it, moving towards full independence. Your foot position can be intelligently adjusted based on your individual hip anatomy. Some individuals may require a wider stance for comfort and depth, while others find more comfort with their feet closer together. However, everyone should maintain that slight outward toe angle to ensure optimal knee protection and alignment. Research from the esteemed Mayo Clinic found that seniors who mastered the deep squat position could predict with an astonishing 94% accuracy who would still be living independently 5 years later versus who would require assisted living, underscoring its predictive power for long-term functional autonomy. These 5 powerful exercises, taken collectively, form a complete and holistic system meticulously designed to address every critical aspect of aging: robust muscle strength, foundational bone health, impeccable balance, and optimal hormonal well-being. These are precisely the interconnected elements that a singular and insufficient reliance on walking completely misses and fails to adequately address, leaving seniors vulnerable. The absolute cornerstone of enduring success with these transformative movements is not brute intensity, but rather unwavering and consistent dedication. Focus meticulously on performing each exercise with perfect form, resisting the urge to rush through them, and, crucially, progressively increase the challenge as your body adapts and confidently grows stronger. Your body possesses an extraordinary inherent capacity to build impressive strength, profound resilience, and vibrant vitality at any age, defying conventional limitations. However, this incredible potential can only be truly unlocked if you provide the precise and targeted stimulus through these specific evidence-based exercises that orthopedic surgeons now unequivocally recognize as absolutely essential for truly healthy, independent, and fulfilling aging. If this empowering message has profoundly resonated with you and illuminated a path forward, please hit that subscribe button to join our community and share this vital information with someone you deeply care about who desperately needs to hear it. Your invaluable support helps us spread these life-changing insights to more seniors who rightfully deserve to remain strong, fiercely independent, and completely injury-free throughout their golden years. Thank you immensely for watching and for embarking on this journey towards a healthier, more vibrant future.